Oil wrestling, also called grease wrestling, is the Turkish national sport. It is so called because the wrestlers douse themselves with olive oil. The term khuresh is shared with other forms of wrestling practiced by Turkic speakers across Europe and Central Asia, such as the Uzbek kurash, Tuvan köräş and Tatar calfskin. The wrestlers, known as pehlivan, wear a type of hand-stitched lederhosen called a kisbet, which is traditionally made of water buffalo hide, and most recently has been made of calfskin. Unlike Olympic wrestling, oil wrestling matches may be won by achieving an effective hold of the kisbet. Thus, the pehlivan aims to control his opponent by putting his arm through the latter's kisbet. To win by this move is called paw section a kazık ±k. Originally, matches had no set duration and could go on for 1 or 2 days until one man was able to establish his superiority, but in 1975 the duration was capped at 40 minutes for the baspehlivan and 30 minutes for the pehlivan category. If there is no winner, play continues for another 15 minutes or 10 minutes for the pehlivan category, wherein scores are kept to determine the victor. The annual +/RKPA+/NA tournament, held in Iran in Turkish through since 1362, is the oldest continuously running, sanctioned sporting competition in the world. Oil wrestling festivals also take place in northern Greece in the eastern Macedonia and West Thrace. In recent years, this style of wrestling has also become popular in other countries, particularly the Netherlands and Japan. History. Cognate forms of folk wrestling practiced by Turkic speakers are found throughout Western Eurasia under the names khuresh, kurash, etc. Oil wrestling can be traced back to the ancient Sumer and Babylon. Greco-Roman traditions also point to the practice of oil wrestling. Turkish wrestlers started covering themselves according to Islamic law after the 10th century. The Turkish word for wrestling can be traced back to the Old Oghuz Turkic languages, which originate from the Eurasian steppes, where wrestling has also been practiced. After the conquest of Anatolia by Seljuk Turks, a form of traditional freestyle wrestling called karakukak was popularized, where special leather clothing was sanctioned and wrestlers commenced the activity by pouring olive oil on their bodies in order to make it harder for the wrestler grip one's opponent. This form continued to what is today known as Yala +/-1/4 or Turkish oil wrestling. In the Ottoman Empire, wrestlers learned the art in special schools called tek, which were not merely athletic centers, but also spiritual centers. Wrestlers oil one another prior to matches as a demonstration of balance and mutual respect. If a man defeats an older opponent, he kisses the latter's hand. Matches are held all over Turkey throughout the year, but in early summer, around 1,000 competitors gather in +/-RKPA+/-NA for an annual 3-day wrestling tournament to determine who will be the baspehlivan of Turkey. Ottoman chroniclers and writers attest that the +/-RKPA+/-NA games have been held every year since 1362, making them the world's oldest continually sanctioned sporting competition. The games have been cancelled only about 70 times. The original site was some 35 kilometers distant. In 1924, they were moved to the present location after the Balkan War. There are some organized oil wrestling competitions outside Turkey, particularly by the Royal Dutch Power Sport Federation in the Netherlands. Notable pehlivans: Yusufa de Greesmail, Heer Jealousy de Ibrahim, K+/-LCA+/- Clap+/- Kurt Durali Mehmet. It is notable that all of the pehlivans listed above were born into Turkish families in Bulgaria, which was then part of the Ottoman Empire. Notable agas: Zar-1/4 Layman Angstramoin, Gazan for Bilge, Alper Yezu, Ha-1/4 Sayan Angstramoin, James Olay, Sifetin Selim, Gubi, a euro cent. These agas were awarded a golden belt. See also, K+/-RKPA+/-NA, Karakukak, wrestling in Turkey. References. External links: award-winning photo documentary by Michael Craig, K+/-RKPA+/-NA news, K+/-RKPA+/-NA, Tarai K+/-RKPA+/-NA Yala +/-Gar 1/4 Aleri, Turkish greased wrestling, Yogligöz and Kirkpinar. See video all over Europe. Turkish wrestling, alabuturkey.com, bashpehlivans.com.